Welcome back to the Pittsburgh Steelers Syndicate. Now, you're probably thinking, why am I wearing like a Hawaiian blue shirt? It's just because I had a few beers and I was talking to my mate, Drunk Turkey Show, Daniel from Say the Steelers, did a podcast. And I got a message from, I think it was from NFL.com, Cynthia Freelude. And it said the Pittsburgh Steelers have a 10% chance to make the playoffs. And I wanted to try and figure out how that could be the case. How does that be the case that the Steelers can make the playoffs? Now, I will always be the guy that I will say, so you're telling me there's a chance, right? You're telling me there's a chance. If you're that guy and you think that the Steelers have a chance or you want to cheer your team on to make the playoffs, then this is the video for you. If you're the guy or girl that doesn't like the team and they want them to lose and tank and get draft picks, then don't bother watching. This will be total bias, 110%. I'm going to try and figure out a way how the Steelers can start to make their playoff chances higher than 10%. 10% is still a chance in this league right now. Now the Steelers are 4-7. If I bring up the ESPN playoff predictor and I go to clear, make sure it's all set, we're going to start out at week 13. Some of these games I have to use because a lot of these games are AFC, so we'll see how they go. Now, Buffalo Bills, they need to beat the Patriots to increase our chances to get the 6. Right now, the Jets have the 7th, and the Bengals have the 6th, and the Baltimore Ravens have the 4th. Those are the 3 seeds that we're relying on. The 2nd, the 3rd, you can't get them because they're other divisions, and the 5th one's going to be battled out between Miami and the Buffalo Bills. So we're focusing on the 7th, the 6th, and the 4th, and there's no way we're getting 1. With our 10% chance, here we go. Right, Buffalo Bills versus Patriots. Buffalo Bills have to win. Now, Steelers versus the Falcons have to win. We'll go from the top row first. Denver versus Ravens. The Ravens, like I said, are 7-4. Now, the Broncos have to win. They need to win this game for our best chance to win. Now, a lot of people are saying there's no way the Broncos beat the Ravens. This is a hypothetical. It's all biased. It's 100% Steeler attitude. Now, Green Bay versus Bears. It doesn't matter. I'll choose Bears. Jags versus Lions. We want their NFC to win because we need to choose NFC teams if we can. Browns versus Texans. I think Watson's coming back, so we need the Watson Browns to lose and Texans to win. Upset. I'm not saying this is going to happen. I'm saying we need this to happen. This will be the best case scenario of all things possible. Jets versus Vikings. Vikings have a good chance to win that game. Now, Washington versus New York doesn't matter. Titans versus Eagles. To mix things up and make it more complicated, we kind of need the Eagles to win because they're an NFC team. Now, Seahawks versus LA, doesn't matter. I'm going to choose Seahawks. Dolphins versus NFC team 49ers. Let's choose the 49ers to mix it up. KC versus Bengals. We need KC to win to improve their stock. And Chargers versus Raiders. In this matchup, we kind of need the Raiders to win that one, right? Colts versus Dallas. We need Dallas to win so the Colts have their chances lowered even more. And Saints versus Buccaneers. It doesn't matter. Buccaneers win. Now, when you go to after week 13, you have KC on 10-2. You have the New York Jets 7-5. Cincinnati 6 seed 7-5. Baltimore 7-5. And you have the other guys battling it out. Okay. Now the Steelers would improve to 5-7. That would mean after this week, after week 13, if that all happens, and in a fantasy land, it's fantastic. If it happens, then the Steelers are only 2 games away. They're 2 games away from the 4th seed being the division, and they're 2 games away from the 6th and the 7th, with other teams behind them, like the Chargers and like the possibly the Colts. Those teams, right? And possibly New England's in there too, 6-5. Okay. Let's go to next week too, week 14. Let's do 2 weeks in a row. Raiders versus Rams. We need the Rams to win. Excuse me. Jets versus Bills. We want the Bills to win, so they get more games, the better for them. They're already winning the division. Browns versus Bengals. An odd one, a very odd one, but we kind of need to cheer for the Browns to win this game because they have the less games. We need the Bengals to come down. Texans versus Cowboys. It doesn't overly matter. The Texans are out of it. Cowboys win, right? Vikings versus Lions. Doesn't matter. We'll go Vikings. And Eagles, doesn't matter. Ravens. Now, this is a huge one. Week 14, 2 weeks in, to increase our percentage, if it's Ravens versus Steelers, the Pittsburgh Steelers, if they win last week against the Falcons, they have to beat the Ravens. They have to beat them, right? Jags versus Titans in this scenario, we kind of want the Titans to keep their division lead. They win. KC versus Denver. KC's probably going to win anyway, but we need them to win to increase their lead. Bucks versus Niners doesn't matter. Panthers versus them doesn't matter. Dolphins versus Chargers. This one, I think we need the Dolphins to win. If the Chargers are winning their games, the Dolphins are going to hold the 5th seed at 8-4 so far. We need them to win there. All right, Dolphins win that one. Patriots versus Cardinals. We need the Cardinals to win that. So Patriots fall a few games in a row. And after this one, you have Buffalo 10-3, KC 11-2, the Tennessee Titans 8-5. You have the Jets 7-6, Bengals 7-6, and Ravens 7-6, and the Miami Dolphins 9-4. And also at this point after Week 14, the Pittsburgh Steelers are 1 game away from the division and 1 game away from the 7th and 6th seed. Now, at this point, a lot of you guys are thinking, well, it's not going to happen. There's no way it's going to happen. I'm saying this is a 100% chance. If it goes this way, it's the best case scenario. Now, I'm going to put ourselves in a position where this might happen. If these games fall into this way, it might happen. Now, Week 15 is the best case scenario where we can actually lead the division and get in the playoffs, right? And I know it's crazy. And you're all going, there's no way we're making playoffs. I get that, but it's kind of fun, man. That's why we love the NFL. Niners versus Seahawks doesn't matter. Now, we want the Buffalo Bills to beat the Dolphins, I think, to ensure that they get their lead up in the 5th seed and have a chance. Now, Ravens versus Browns, we kind of still need the Browns to win. Need the Browns to beat the Ravens again. Vikings versus Colts, win. Doesn't matter this one. NFC. Pittsburgh versus Panthers. Pittsburgh wins that one. Eagles over Bears. Doesn't matter. It's NFC. KC wins that one again. Dallas versus Jags. Dallas wins that. Lions. We need the Lions. A bit of help here too. Week 15, it all goes this way. We need the Lions to beat the Jets. Cardinals to win that one. Doesn't matter that one. Tennessee versus Chargers. I think we need, yes, they're winning the division so far, so we need the Tennessee Titans to win. And Bengals over the Bucks. We need the Bucks to win to lower the Bengals for us. And now we have a unique situation. We kind of need the Raiders to win, so we have a chance for the 7th seed or 6th seed if we didn't get the division. So we need the Raiders to win. And Green Bay, it doesn't matter, versus LA. Now, here it is. If that all happens, and look, that's a pipe dream. It's a massive, 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 massive pipe dream. But I don't care, right? If that happens, the Pittsburgh Steelers are 7-7, and they're leading their division. So all those people saying, oh, there's no chance, we're going to tank. It's probably harder to tank than it is to go and win games. Go and win games. It tells you right there. The 7th seed, if that happens, if the Bengals fall apart, the Ravens fall apart, then the Steelers have a chance. If they win 3 games in a row and the opposition falls 3 games in a row, which can happen, if it does happen, then there's a chance, right? You're probably all thinking I'm nuts, I'm crazy, but there's still a chance. Go and try it yourself. Download or go look up ESPN Playoff Predictor, and you'll see how fun it is and what if it can happen, it might happen. So a lot of people saying we're going to tank and we need better draft picks and build the future. Why not? The Pittsburgh Steelers played a really good football game against the Colts. The team's getting better. The play calling's getting better. Offensive line's getting better. The running game looked fantastic. It was so much fun to watch. Kenny Pickett's throwing the football out there, not throwing interceptions, but he's getting chances to possibly he's shortly soon will be throwing TDs, and he's running the football so well, like over 35 yards last week. There's still a chance, Steeler Nation. There's still a chance. That's what I don't get. Me being a fan, there's still a chance every week. If you go and beat the Falcons next week, then you set yourselves up to have a big game against the Ravens at home. If you can beat them, then you're 1 game away from the division. If the Bengals fall apart too. So I'm done with the people who want to tank. I'm done with them. I'm done. Why do you want to tank? What is the overall use of tanking? You play to win the game. Winner's mindset, don't have a loser mindset. This team is playing better and they have an easier schedule in the second half. So let me know what you think about that, guys. I'm just not, it bothers me. I'm so done with the idea of tanking. When you have a chance, if these things fall into line, week 15 is the earliest possibility if all things go our way for the Steelers to be leading the division. So now's the time to jump on the train, right? Now, will the Broncos beat the Ravens? Probably not. But will I cheer the Broncos on to beat the Ravens? 110%. Because if they beat the Ravens next week, there's a massive matchup between the Steelers versus Ravens at home. If we beat them, then we're one game behind. The Ravens fell apart last year. They had no Lamar. They lost 6 in a row. The Bengals have won now 3 in a row, but I still don't trust them. I'm just saying there's a chance, guys. All right, guys, I'll see you later. Here we go, Steelers. Here we go.